Welcome back to my channel. It's Lynda.seme here. Do you see me? Because I see you, boo. As you guys can tell by the title, this is my final lip neutralization lip tattoo update. I have just had my second session, my second and final session. I've got some footage that I want to show you on the day. I'll talk you through the procedure, how I felt, what I went through. I wanted to answer some questions that you guys have sent me and some frequently asked questions that I thought would be really helpful in case you're thinking of doing this treatment, or you're currently in the stages of you've done the treatment, you're healing, or you're thinking about it. Like wherever you are in your lip blush stage, your lip neutralization stage, I want to make my video super helpful for you. Firstly, what I would advise, if you haven't watched my lip neutralizing series, I would definitely advise to watch those videos before you watch this one. Those other videos have a lot of tips and tricks. It also has a lot of helpful advice on what I would do had I known, and just a lot of helpful information. Definitely check out those videos before you watch this one. So the first question is, how many sessions did you have in total? So I've had 2 sessions. I had the first session in 2021, second session in 2025, and within each session you get a top up. Second question is, how much did it cost in total? Was it worth it? So it was definitely worth it to me. The first time around, I think I paid around 200 British pounds, and then the second session actually was done free of charge because she saw how many people actually went to her from my video, which was really, really sweet, and then she offered to do the service free of charge. Third question is, did you experience any complications or surprises? No, the answer to that is actually no. I didn't experience any complications, but I definitely experienced surprises now that I can compare 2 separate sessions, because the first time around I feel like I peeled a lot and my lips got very, very dark, which is very normal, by the way. I've got a lot of questions asking me if they're supposed to get darker after the treatment. It's a very, very normal process for them to get darker and then get lighter again. I didn't know they were going to shed so much. I didn't know I was going to have such big parts of my lips peeling. That was a shock for me. So if you have a 9-to-5 job and you go into the office, I would definitely book time off if you feel some type of a way about it. If you don't care about your lips peeling whilst you're at work, fair enough, kudos to you, I respect that. But if you do care, then I would book some time off. But my second session and the healing process for the second session, super smooth, very, very smooth. Just literally used my vitamin E sachet that we get from Nova Beauty after you do your treatment, and I also used Aquaphor healing ointment. That healing ointment is a lifesaver. You need to get it if you don't have it. Another tip that I have for you guys, make sure that you invest in baby wipes. I used to use the ones from Superdrug, or you can get the ones from Tesco. What's the biggest difference you've noticed since completing the journey? The biggest difference is definitely my confidence. Like the fact that I can wear just a Vaseline without anything else on my lip is amazing. Like I feel so free. I feel so much more confident and so much more womanly. Like I felt like my dark lips were holding me back a bit because it was such a chore to always have lipstick or lip gloss on all the time and to remember to wear it. Not even remember to wear it, just to like constantly have to top up, because it wasn't an issue me remembering. It was just like I'm always wearing lipstick. That's why I can barely find any pictures of me with my darker lips. Like I barely have photos, because you wouldn't catch me dead, honey. You would not catch me dead with my lips how they were before. Like I just wasn't secure about them. So I would say definitely the biggest difference is my confidence, is my security around my lips, and just being able to like a lip balm or a lip gloss, like, and your lips still look juicy. Like, wow. You guys don't understand these little things and how much they mean if you've naturally had like pink lips all your life. For me, it was just an insecurity. It didn't look good to me. And I'm not saying anyone should get this treatment. If you want to, absolutely go and do it. And if you enjoy your dark lips, fine, rock that, you know? So that's just my personal preference. Do you have any tips for someone considering lip neutralization? Yes, definitely. I would say number 1, follow the aftercare instructions. Don't think that, oh, you know, I'll do this maybe every day and then I'll do this every other day. Follow the instructions that you get given, and you should be given instructions for sure by the person who does your lips. You need to follow the instructions through and through. Another tip is research your artist. Do your research, find out, look at their work, compare their work to other artists, and ask questions as well. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because at the end of the day, you are paying your hard-earned money, your hard-earned cash. You do not want anyone fumbling with your money. You do not want anyone playing with your money. Ask the questions that you need to ask, because you're paying for a service and you want that service to go as smooth as possible. I think we need to be better at that, especially in the UK. Like all these service providers, like, I'm so sorry, I'm in a stage in my life where I'm going to advocate for myself, and you should do too. Like if you go to a hair salon, you don't like your hair, she's messing it up, you need to vocalize that. If you're getting your nails done and she's doing doing a design that's not what you asked for. You need to vocalize that, because you will end up being unhappy with what you are left with. It's you that will go home with rusty nails and crusty nails, or a bad haircut, or bad wig, or a lace wig, whatever it may be, or bad lip, like whatever it may be, guys. Advocate for yourself. Please advocate for yourself. Like, it's super, super important. I'm going off on a tangent, but you need to advocate for yourself, like genuinely. A third tip and final tip is to be patient with your healing process. The healing process takes weeks on end. Like, I'm in the 7th week of my healing process, and my lips, they look great, but they're not all the way there yet, you know? So I'm still being patient with them. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks to see the full results. So be patient, be kind to yourself. Like, at the end of the day, you're getting a tattoo done. So just be aware of that. And also another tip is to remember that the color that your lips look when you get off the table is not the same color that you end up with. As in, like, when you're fresh off the table, your lips look vibrant, bright and everything. That is not the results that you will end up with. So just bear that in mind, because yeah, some people tend to get confused and think that the lips that they leave the table with are the lips that they're going to end up with in 6 to 8 weeks, and it's far from the truth. Okay, those were all the questions that I had today. Let's get into my final and second session done. So we're officially at my final lip neutralization session. I feel like this has been a long time coming, and I know so many of you are curious about the final stage. So just to give a bit of background, lip neutralization is basically a semi-permanent cosmetic tattooing technique. It's designed to specifically balance and even out the natural tone of usually melanin rich lips, especially if you have darker or cool tone or uneven pigmentation. Now, for each session, it has to be spaced around 8 to 10 weeks apart to allow full healing of your lips. You do not want to be putting any sort of pressure on your lips or overworking your lips. It's very important to allow this to settle, the pigment to settle, for long-term results. Now, this is session number 4. I am so ready for it to be my final one. My lips have been cleansed. She's applied the numbing cream, because girl, tattooing does hurt. It does hurt. Even though my pain tolerance are quite high, I genuinely do feel the pain. And specifically on this day, I was just about coming on my period or coming off. I cannot remember. Sure some of you are wondering, why did she put the numbing cream on top of my lip combo? Like, why did she not just wipe that off first? To be honest, I don't know. It works either way. It's just as effective. I don't think it has any sort of, like, it makes any sort of difference. I don't think so anyway. Now it's time for the tattooing part, which obviously starts after the numbing. The numbing cream was on my lips for about 20 to 30 minutes, just to make sure that I'm comfortable and I'm not feeling as much pain. So the machine that is used is actually like a tattoo, but it's not a traditional tattooing gun. It's actually called a digital permanent makeup machine, and it's a lot gentler and designed for it to be used on delicate skin on the lips. I know everyone has different techniques when it comes to shading, but the basic technique involves basically implanting the pigment in a light controlled layer using like small dots or soft sweeping motions. This gives more of a natural diffuse finish rather than like a solid block of color, which no one's natural lips is a solid block of color. We are nearing the end of the process now. Immediately after, the lips can look very swollen and very bright, even orange or red tone. My lips looked very orange tone, as you guys can see by these following clips. Don't be alarmed. This is not the color that you end up with in the end. This is just the color straight from the table, and the swelling will also go down as the hours and the days go by. But these lips are no joke, guys. Like, I look like Donald Duck. I look like a fish. These lips are huge. And it's not something that I experienced the first time round, because I've now got filler as well. It makes my lips look more like duck lips. So just be aware of that if you have filler in your lips as well. So then I followed the strict aftercare routines: no exfoliation, no makeup on the lips, drinking through a straw the first 24 hours, using the healing balm. It's super important to avoid sun exposure as well while the lips are still healing. This is the second day after the procedure, and the final result is exactly what I hoped for: soft, even toned lips that look natural and healthy, even without makeup. Like, even without makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you still have any questions. Leave them in the comments below. You can write to me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, TikTok. I'm also on Snapchat. Yeah, let's chop it up in the comments. Also, have you guys done this treatment? If so, how was your experience? Let me know in the comments. Do you have any tips that maybe I haven't mentioned? Let's make it a helpful comment section down below. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for stopping by to watch me, and I'll definitely see you in my next one. Mwah.